more, that the chances of it being replication competent are minuscule. So I think if somebody does come in with 37, 38, even 36, you got to say, you know, it's just dead nucleotides, period.
The man thinks you can take a blood sample and stick it in an electron microscope, and if it's got a virus in there, you'll know it. He doesn't understand electron microscopy, and he doesn't understand medicine, and he should not be in a position like he's in. Most of those guys up there on the top are just total administrative people, and they don't know anything about what's going on in the bottom. You know, those guys have got an agenda. You can't expect the sheep to really respect the best and the brightest. They don't know the difference. Who do we trust? Fauci. Fauci doesn't know enough to, you know. If Fauci wants to get on television with somebody who knows a little bit about this stuff and debate him, he could easily do it because he's been asked.
The cases are based on a PCR test, which Mike Eden, former chief scientist for Pfizer, has pointed out that roughly 90% of the so-called cases are false positive. So we don't have sick people. And it was in the press this week that 86% of the positive cases had no symptoms.
That's a scam. It's fraud. You guys manipulate the data. It's been manipulating the data. So it's a scamdemic. So I'll never refer to this one as a pandemic. But it's really only three. Like, what is it? What's going on? It either came from some kind of animal, bat, monkey, snake, whatever, some kind of animal, or some evil scientist leaked it. Gain of function, money's going up, virology labs, all that shit. Or all they did is hijack the flu. Because the test they used, the PCR test, were flu tests. They weren't COVID tests.
If they could find this virus in you at all, and with PCR, if you do it well, you can find almost anything in anybody. It starts making you believe in the sort of Buddhist notion that everything is contained in everything else, right? I mean, because if you can amplify one single molecule up to something that you can really measure, which PCR can do, then there's just very few molecules that you don't have at least one single one of them in your body, okay? So that could be thought of as a misuse of it, just to claim that it's meaningful. Those tests are all based on things that are invisible, and the results are inferred in a sense. PCR is separate from that. It's just a process that's used to make a whole lot of something out of something. That's what it is. It doesn't tell you that you're sick, and it doesn't tell you that the thing you ended up with really was going to hurt you or anything like that.
The first story about that there was some, animal species harboring a virus, and the official story is that it's related to a bat virus, or at least that's what the fake computer genome says that it is. And so that's kind of the official narrative, but once again, they haven't actually shown evidence of the virus itself. So we can dismiss that story because there's no virus to speak of. If it was caused by a virus, we should be able to find that virus in the people who are sick with it in nature. And if we can't find that, then we have to look for some other cause, right? And of course, if you can't find a virus and then you say that you make a treatment based on a virus, that doesn't even make sense. Like, it couldn't possibly work.
We don't have sick people.
How come nobody's dying? If this was so deadly, dude, when someone in the NFL gets fucking COVID, no one's like, oh my God, we're gonna talk to the parent. Like Nick Chubb, he's my favorite running back, he's on the Cleveland Browns. He gets COVID, he's not even sick.
How did you feel? I felt good.
Did you have symptoms? Or?
No, I didn't really have any symptoms. I felt bad maybe one day, but other than that, I felt great. I felt good, like I could play.
How about in jiu-jitsu, nobody's dead? Jiu-jitsu is the opposite of social distancing. That's why a lot of jiu-jitsu people ain't falling for this shit, because we ain't dying. The only people dying in jiu-jitsu are people that got the vax and then they have heart attacks. Those are the ones that are dying.
Soccer players.
Yeah. With fire today, Eddie, you just blew my mind a little bit, because thinking back before the vaccine was available, you never heard about these soccer stars falling over. If you can get myocarditis from having COVID and you can also get it from the vaccine, why is it just after the vaccine that we're getting all these montages of athletes?
Yeah! Athletes in high school are dropping dead of heart attacks. I saw a TV ad, when your child has a heart attack, what you don't have is time. When your child has a heart attack, what are you talking about?